Hey, real fam. So, the first thing I want to say is that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ntabi. If it's your first time here, hey, welcome to Real Talk with Ntabi, a channel where you can expect content around empowerment and transformation. I honestly aim to help you be the best version of yourself, for you to be transformed one video at the time. So I don't think I've been very consistent lately. Well, I've been sharing vlogs, which is a couple of things that I've been busy with. I've been attending a couple of events and I've been capturing the moments so that I can share with you. But I feel like the consistency of the Morning Glory show and the consistency of YouTube tips hasn't really been happening. But it's not because there's no content, but it's mainly because September for me, by the way, we're wrapping up September. It's the last day of September, but September for me was filled with a lot of learning. It was filled with a lot of transformation, reflecting and everything. So I really needed that for myself. And having said that, I think even before September, August as well was quite a busy month for me. Obviously I had COVID, and after having COVID, immediately when I recovered, I jumped into the teenage pregnancy series. So it was quite a lot that was going on. And I really haven't been producing content the way. For you, you might probably be thinking, but we've been seeing your videos and everything. But I guess for me, I believe that there has to be a balance, because as much as I can do vlogs, it's so important for you guys to also get a share of YouTube content, at least get tips on YouTube content, and also the Morning Glory show, which I believe that it has been a very impactful show. I'm still trying to restructure it so that it can somehow work better, because I realized a couple of things with the Morning Glory show that it it might need a bit of touch-ups, because the consistency of time was just, well, consistency, yes, it was there, but in terms of the time, it was difficult for me to decide. It's something that I'm working on now, but let me not dwell into that. So welcome. And of course, all my subscribers that have been with me, that have supported this journey, that have been, whether I'm consistently posting or not, but you being here means so much to me. You just don't know. You just don't understand what it means to me. I'm completely humbled. I'm completely humbled by your love and your support. And I see we have some guests. Hey, Jessica, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hey, blind guy, enjoying all your shows. I appreciate. I missed your shows for this week because, yeah, life is just busy. But yeah, nevertheless, we'll do. Au rarona, le kae rarona, madume rarona. Au aletlhotse. Good to see you. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, but without a waste of time, let me just get into this. I've been on a course of Speak Life September. This is one cause that really was very close to my heart. It has always been from other years of doing it. So this is a course that was obviously created by Mpumi Ludwaba. And I just want to say kudos to Mpumi for really coming up with amazing content and really building this. I've been a part of Speak Life for September for a couple of years now. I think it's actually been there for 3 years. This is the third year. I don't think I've missed any. Did I? I don't think I have. If I have, maybe last year was my first. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly. But nevertheless, it has just been a great experience, too much of learning. So I think this moment of my life, or if I can summarize September for myself, I feel like it was a month of learning and really evolving, really discovering, or my thoughts getting provoked. And I have a couple of words, and this, one of the things that we were engaging on is, or maybe there would be a question that says, what is that one word that describes you? And a couple of words that really describe me since this month has begun is, number one, grace. I think grace is one word that um, has described me, and it's mainly because this one is very close to my heart, because I started 2021 with gratitude, and I told myself that this is how I'm going to start my year. I'm going to be grateful for just about anything. So the word grace itself, I feel like I'm graceful. I'm filled with so much grace in each and everything. And I'm a plant mom, which of course I have, a plant that I've named Grace. So just grace is all around me. And another word is ready. And this one is it's a word that came, it's a positive word. It came to me when we were having a session with the ladies, like a heart to heart session. And one of the things were, what, write a note to yourself. And that note said, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like one lady, I think it was the name, by the name of Tiko. I think it was Coach Tiko, who said, I'm ready. And I was like, wow. And I kind of reflected on myself and asked myself, after a while, just going through the word ready, because it really stuck by me. And I feel like I am ready. And what I mean by that is that I'm ready to really do my best. I'm ready to push as, you know, far as I can. I'm ready to, push myself beyond limits, because I believe that, you don't have to wait for the right moment. You need to feel it. You need to feel like you are ready to take over, to take action. And I feel like I'm ready to really do my best. I'm ready to just do better than I did yesterday. I'm ready to take whatever that I've learned through, whatever platform, or whatever, whether the books I was reading, and the engagements I had, the conversations that I had, the networking that I've done with a lot of people. I feel like I'm ready. And something amazing about that is that, when information comes in, we sometimes consume so much information, but we don't get to a moment where we take that information and really use it. We just overload ourselves. So instead of doing that, I'm at a level where I'm taking that information and I'm applying it in my life, and which is something that I wish for you as well to take note of. To say, you can watch a lot of inspiring videos. You can watch a lot of, or go to a lot of events, seminars, because I think at this moment, events are opening up, and my event is coming soon, by the way. I'm going to have a very intimate, event with just amazing individuals that are willing to just level up in life and really, change things around for themselves. So I'm going to be doing that. Now, me saying this, I want you to understand that you can't really keep having journals or journaling, or keep taking notes every time, or just listening to what someone has to say, but yet the information is not helping you to get transformed. There's an important, like there's the importance, pardon me, the importance of learning and unlearning is so that you can be able to just turn things around and just really be better. Babe, babe. So my husband just left a glass of champagne for me there. Babe, Sile, come on. Sorry. Fair. No, it's fine. It's actually my last drink for. I'm not gonna be touching a lot of this next coming month. Sugar. Do it October, just like last year. Cheers. I'm still alive. What are we cheersing to?
To life.
Cheers to life.
Blessing.
To blessings.
Diplomacy.
To Ramasedi. To the future. To family.
To more blessings.
More and more blessings.
Amen.
Amen. Cheers. Okay. It's fine.
Sure, skim saka. Sure, Jaka. Skim saka.
My husband, guys. They're saying cheers. No, I think I'm fine. I'll be fine. No, love, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Thanks, baby. Okay, love.
Just I wanna
Okay, cool. Guys. So my husband just randomly poured me some champagne and then we just had to toast to life and all of that. And I guess this is also an additional content of of what we are talking about now. I feel like this month on its own has been a lot. And okay, let me read your comments first because yeah. Good to see you, Mudumo Matla. Mudumo Mokholo, my friend. God is great. God is amazing. You're always doing better and showing us better. Oh, thank you so much. Cheers. Aww, I appreciate it. Have a great one. I speak life, prosperity, healing, joy, love, and everything good in your life. Ah, I'll drink to that. Cheers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, ooh, the champagne. So, now that I was talking about really celebrating, or the fact that my husband just came and said, let's toast to life, blessings, God, and just family, and just great things coming to us. I also want to share something. My husband knows I'm a content creator, but anyway, this is something that we've openly shared to our audience, to our friends, to our families, because I think it's something that is quite important. So a few weeks ago, we almost got hijacked. So what happened was, we were coming from Rustenburg, and on our way back, there were rocks that were placed in the middle of the road, and those rocks basically are meant to obviously hit your car so that you can stop, and then the hijackers would come into your car, take whatever that they want, and do whatever they wish and all of that. Now, on that day, I was a little bit tired on our way back because we were from Rustenburg, checking out our other family members. And then on our way back, honestly, I was a bit tired and I was feeling like sleepy a bit. Yeah, I was a bit sleepy. And on the way, like as we were driving, rather, I heard a sound. And immediately when I heard that sound, when I opened my eyes, I remember seeing the car, going up a bit. And at that very moment, that's when we hit that rock. So the rock was placed in the middle of the road. It was black. The rock was black, so meaning you couldn't really see until you get there. So fortunately, my husband could pick it up that, hey, I actually know this. There are people that would put spikes on the road, rocks on the road. He immediately said, because I was like, do you want to stop and check? I think I was a little bit dizzy, Yana, wanting to, I was just too tired, I guess. At that moment, it didn't click to me. Fortunately for him, it clicked immediately because, sometimes when an incident happens, it's not easy for you to immediately act on something. So we didn't act immediately. I mean, I probably wouldn't have acted immediately if I was driving because in my mind I was like, should we stop and check? So for him, it was like, no, I know what this is. And then we drove. And for about 4 to 5 kilometers ahead of us, we realized that, okay, well, just about 4 to 5 kilometers, we saw police cars on the side of the road and two other cars that were victims of these rocks that were placed in the middle of the road. And, I think that was the fortunate part for us that we were able to, stop, and there were police around. There were like police cars and all that just there. I can imagine how it could have been if it was just us, because at that moment the oil tank was already leaking, and obviously when that happens, the car won't really take you far, But fortunately, we were able to stop. The police were there, and unfortunately, there were other two cars which were damaged. Um, the worst part is that there was one guy who actually stopped immediately when this incident happened for him, and they took his belongings, phones, um, money, and all that. They made him send e-wallet on his, like using his numbers and everything. And apparently, they had someone who was by the ATM already waiting. So meaning if he had given them wrong details and everything, that could have been, I don't know, a different story, right? So that's what happened to him. And it was just honestly quite an experience. We often see these things on TV, we hear people talk about them. And I remember there's one of our friends, um, what happened is he also experienced the same thing. And for him, they actually beat him up, and all that. So I think, we were fortunate that we didn't stop. And I'm grateful that further up the police were there. So that was something that happened, early this, early this month. And I feel like there's just been so much that is happening, but at the end of the day, you get to be filled with so much grace, and you become so grateful for just the little things and just being alive and being protected, being safe, because you know you look at what you have, you look at the phone that you have, you look at the car that you have, you look at the laptop that you have, you look at everything that you have, right? As much as you value it, as much as it's so important, it can just, it's like, let's talk about your most expensive phone. You can drop it, it breaks, and then it's finished, it's done, you know? You think about a car, you get a car accident or you hit something, and then it's written off, and then it's done. You get my point. So, but when you think about your life, that is a different story. Um, wow, this is so scary. This is so much a scary experience to have been through. Yeah, no, it was scary. And I remember when it all happened, here's the thing, something about me, I don't react immediately. I started reacting or starting to be scared, funny enough, when we got to stop and the police were around us. That's when I started being scared. And the time that we were going home, like we were driven by this, what is that? you see when they come to tow your car and everything, they would bring a car to take you home. So when we were in the car, I felt like I'm just gonna be safe when we get home. I don't feel safe. That was the only time that I feel like, okay, when I get home, that's when I'll be safe. Honestly, it was, yeah, it was scary then. And immediately when I got home, that's when I kind of felt better. But yeah, it was a scary experience. And this is also me, you know, advising or just making any one of you guys who loves traveling, who loves driving, probably late at night, if you can, please avoid it. Like, please avoid driving at night. I think honestly, this is something that we decided we're not going to do anymore. Avoid driving at night, avoid using that road, especially. Actually, avoid driving at night. It doesn't matter where you are, because the thing is, these people, they don't care where they just put those rocks or those spikes anyway. So you'll never know. It might be a day where you get unlucky and everything. So avoid traveling at night. And for us, it was during the weekend. It was on a Monday, actually. It was on a Monday. I think the first week of September. Yeah, it was actually on a Monday. So, when you think about that, it's during the week. You would think that these things probably happen weekends and everything, but it happened. But nevertheless, we're grateful. We are good. We are safe. We are protected. Um, Everything else, God is taking care of it, and we are grateful for the insurances. We're grateful for the fact that, as much as there's money getting out of our pocket that we're gonna lose for the car and everything, but we just want to say we trust God, and which brings me to also the Speak Life September. um I found myself, really speaking life, even in moments where you feel like you just want uh to just be negative and all of that. I saw myself being positive and really just allowing God to take the lead instead of me using anger, or instead of me being angry at the situation. Yes, it was painful and all of that, but I allowed God to really take charge. And there's so much power in your voice, there's so much power in the tongue, there's so much power in the vibrations. If you are negative, if you are angry, if you operate, in a space of anger, sadness, or disappointment and all of that. There are a lot of things that really get affected. I mean, I know it's not easy, but I think with even the course that I did for Speak Life in September, where every day I have to like write what I'm grateful for, every day I have to speak everything right, not complain and all of that. Because I honestly wanted to complain at some point. I wanted to complain, to ask God, like, why? Why did we have to go through this? Why did we, have to go through this? Why did we have to be victims of, our car getting, messed up in the middle of nowhere, whatever? But I chose to say, God, take charge. And God, I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that me and my husband are good and healthy. And that's what matters. We were home safe. That's what matters. And I remember immediately we just had a moment and we prayed. We prayed, and yeah, that is really something. And I don't think I also got to, go deeper into sharing about my, you know, experience when I had COVID. COVID really, guys, COVID really, getting COVID for me really changed me. I don't know if you are here and you've actually had an experience of getting COVID. If you have, please comment and tell me if you got to be the same person that you were after recovering from it. I feel like I was never the same person. And I think also it's mainly because we know, guys, that um COVID has really been cleaning out people. COVID has really been taking lives. COVID has really been, taking our families away from us. Like people that are way closer to you, like very close to you, you see them just, you know, living this life just like that, dying just like that. Celebrities, like people that you look up to, people that you're fond of, like your especially family, family and friends. And it's so sad seeing all of that. So imagine when you get to a space where you get COVID, you ask yourself, like, you know, and for me, having to have recovered, and I mean, I lost my taste buds, sense of smell. There were moments where I would just eat something and I just wouldn't know where it's going, whether it's going left or right. I just didn't know. I just didn't know exactly what was going on. And that was, quite sad for me and not nice because I would just eat just for the sake of eating. But, nevertheless, it made me appreciate life even more. I mean, guys, five of us, actually four of us in my family, actually five, because it's my husband, myself, my dad, my sister, and my younger brother. All five of us had COVID. And luckily for my mom, she didn't have it. Um, but imagine the fact that we were all able to recover and be okay. That really shows that, what, God is amazing. And you can't help but just be grateful. And like I said earlier, 2021, my middle name, if you can call it that, is actually gratitude. Gratitude. And that's what I still say now. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful to be okay. I'm grateful to be healthy and all of that. I'm grateful for just being great. I'm grateful that my family is good and healthy. I'm just grateful for it all. I'm grateful that my husband was in the hospital for about 3 days and got out okay. I'm grateful. There's just so much. There's so much to be grateful for. And yeah, that's basically what, excuse me, I've been going through. And I must say, because this month, I was also reading the book of Proverbs from the first to the last, of course. And honestly, the book of Proverbs has really, it's like it was what? I think it was somehow helping me, toning me to not toning, tone is not the right word, ish. Um, it was channeling my mindset in the right space. It was putting a bit of discipline in me. That's how I felt. The book of Proverbs was putting a bit of discipline in me in my life, and not just in how to really take care of myself, how to be a good person, how to really what be be a good person, how to do things right and everything. But even with things that happen around me, even in my business, it really got to teach me a lot of things. It really got to teach me a lot of things about family as well. There's a scripture. I remember I was even listening to the audio version as I was writing the other day. I'm not sure which verse it was or which chapter it was at the time, but there was one that spoke about family. And that particular verse, honestly, was a reflection of a situation that was happening in my family, and that I was struggling to get through. And it just had to get to that moment where I listened to that verse, and that, I think that chapter, it was probably one or two verses that really brought out that reflection to say, wow, really? This is it? Like so much has happened. And I believe that when you are ready, God will really show up for you. God will really make things for you. So that was an amazing thing for me. Luckily, your mom was not affected and you all recovered. You know what? I appreciate it. I celebrate that because I'm still grateful to this day that she was able to take care of us and just do everything for us. I remember, you know, after my recovery, coming back to my house, I remember a few days home, and I kind of remembered the moments where she would come to, my bedroom because we were quarantining at home. She would bring like breakfast or ask what we want to have for breakfast and all that. Her doing all of that, the fact that she was going coming to my room, going to my sister's room, and my dad had to sleep in a different bedroom, of course, as well. Like she had to do all of that, meaning also her life at some point was like somehow at risk because she's coming in contact with us, regardless whether she's vaccinated or not, right? Please hold. Babe, I think there's a call at the gate. I think it stopped. Sorry, guys, there was a call coming through. Sorry about that. I'm not sure if gonna call me or call my husband. Sorry about that. I didn't put my device on do not disturb. So yeah. So basically that's about that, right? That's about that. But I'm so grateful, guys. And you know, obviously later I got to even experience great things. I mean, I got to be a part of amazing events. I got to be a part of the Switch It Up campaign by Star Safro. I won a ticket, and honestly, winning that ticket for me was really a chance to really switch it up because the event itself was called the Switch It Up campaign, right? And for me, I must say, I really needed it. I really needed it. And, I don't know if you have been watching a couple of my vlogs, but I remember one of the vlogs that I shared, there is there is a post that I shared. Hey, Pindi. Hey, Mama Rory. Oh, Rory's so gorgeous. Hey, Mama Rory. Hope you're good. Thank you for joining. Oh, Rory's so gorgeous. Thank you for sharing that gorgeousness with us. She brightened up my day. She's so gorgeous. So, as I was saying, like, I felt like this month I had like an aha moment attending the Switch It Up event. It's really one of the highlights for September for me. And I just want to read out, if you allow me, I'm going to read out what I wrote. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen this post. If you don't, please go follow me on Instagram. I am Real Talk with Ntabi. And it says that, do you believe that dreams are valid, just like I do? If you do, I love that for you. When this moment was captured, so the moment was the picture that is obviously captured on the post. When this, you will need to go to my Instagram to check it out. When this moment was captured, I couldn't help but dream bigger than the dream I'm living right now. I got that aha moment, and that aha moment that, wow, Tabi, you are phenomenal. The Bible that I'm reading sometimes, like I was reading the book of Proverbs, and there's a part where it actually made me realize that You don't need to praise yourself. Do great, and when you do great, people will see your greatness and they will actually speak great of you. Do not praise yourself. So I hope by saying that I'm phenomenal is not like praising myself and all of that. But I guess I acknowledge the presence that I have set for myself, the presence that I have, and I acknowledge the just the life, that the dream that I've created for myself, or that I'm leaving of, everything that I've been doing and all of that. So yeah, let me not. Yeah, let me continue. I hope you get me. It's normal to feel like you don't have it all figured out, because you actually don't. You don't have it all figured out. If we can understand that we don't have it all figured out, we will be okay, because it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You are a work in progress, and you mature like great wine. Well, I'm having champagne thanks to my husband, but like we mature like great wine. And you know, I want to also touch on that we are definitely a work in progress. We so want to accomplish certain things. We so want to be at a certain level, but we need to just understand that we are a work in progress, and where we are now, it's where we're supposed to be. Where what we are experiencing now is exactly what we're supposed to experience now, and we need to be okay with it and just go with the flow. And also not just go with the flow, but you know, making sure that we are fully present will be an ideal, way to really see exactly what happens in our lives, and not to miss out on just about anything. Because if you're not fully present, that's when you miss out on even the little transformation that happens, even the voice of God when he speaks to you, even the message that he's trying to send across to you, be it through your friend, be it through um something that has to be done, that you have to do, and all of that, be it through a journey that you are in. It could be just anything, right? Be it through a certain situation that has happened, or a challenge that happens in your life. It could be anything. So be able to really be fully present. Okay, I'm just gonna read it all out, because the teacher in me now wants to teach, and not cheat, but teach. But I just wanted to read it out to you, right? So, what keeps me sane and focused on my own lane, honestly, is being patient with myself and being 100% real. Nothing beats authenticity. I do believe that if you're real and authentic, you got it. That is it for me. That is it. Like, focusing and honestly being true to yourself is the way to go. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's for me. Yeah, talk about peace of mind, body, and soul. That brings me peace. To be the real me brings me peace. I mean, I know that there were times in my life where I somehow tried to be something that I'm not, trying to discover myself, and it's okay. It's okay, because sometimes you do certain things hoping to discover yourself, or hoping to really find yourself in that. But as time progresses, you realize that if something is not good for you, you know what, you feel it, you can sense it, you know that, this is not for me. And when you get to that point, when you feel that way, I can tell you that you will know that, this is not for me. And when you start feeling like that, that's when you start tapping into your true self, because you're now discovering who you really are, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what speaks to you and what doesn't speak to you. You don't just accept just about anything. You don't just go with the wind. If it goes right or left, you go with it. You are no longer that person. So I want to instill that, to say it's so important that you really get to be the true version of yourself. And don't be hard on yourself if sometimes you stumble, you try to do things, and then only to find that you are actually consuming so much of someone's content and trying to be them and all that. Don't be hard on yourself if you're trying to figure things out. But I always say that don't try to be something that you're not, or don't try to be someone that you're not. You can have a mentor, you can have someone you look up to, but you don't have to be them. There can only be one you. There can be only one them. That is my opinion, right? So what I switched up was being hard on myself. So you see, that is exactly what I mentioned, and it actually follows. That's the sentence that follows, because I really had to stop being hard on myself. Even the stuff that I was doing, I was hard on myself about my YouTube channel, because I remember during August, my intention was to double the number of my views, and actually, what happened is that it happened the other way. Like, it was the opposite. Instead of doubling, it actually reduced, like dismally so. Like, it was bad. My viewership dropped, and I'm experiencing a drop at this very moment again. Last month it was great. The beginning of September it was great, but the second, third week of September, viewership dropped again. But instead of me really stressing about that, I'm just, taking it all in and looking at how what I can do best and how I can improve and all of that. So sometimes things don't happen the way you wish for them to happen, but I do believe that I am not just folding my hands when a situation like this happens and everything, because one of the things that I said I was happening for me or in me during this time was obviously learning, unlearning, evolving, and you know being woke. I feel like I'm woke right now. I feel like there's so many things that I'm noting, so many things that I'm paying more attention to, that I'm still gonna pay attention to, that you will see as time progresses, and that's what's happening at this very moment. So I look at what's currently happening and I realize that, okay, a lot of work needs to be done, and that's why there has to be learning and unlearning in the process, and that's basically what's happening. That is the transition that is currently happening in my life right now. So I switched up from being hard on myself, feeling like I'm not good enough. I'm not doing good enough. I used to be that work hard gang, and I'm not the smart work. And obviously, my progress was slow, but not anymore. I self love, I self care, I sleep, I take care of myself, I take care of my mind, body, and soul. Like right about now, guys, one thing that I can tell you is that when my body tells me that I am tired, I actually feel like I need to have a nap, to take a 30 minutes nap or an hour nap. I do that. I do that. If I've got work to do and I feel like I'm tired, I close down my laptop and I go sleep. If it's really something that is manageable, I do that. I do that because my body, my soul, my health is so important to a point where I can't compromise it. I can't compromise it. I have conversations with myself. I have conversations with my mind, with my body, with what needs to be done and everything. And also I have built that relationship with myself to really be more disciplined and to manage my time better. And I'm so glad that one of the things that I got to do best this month was to really work on really being better with my time, managing my time better. I mean, I learned about the power hour. Beautiful, beautiful. Obviously, I won't really share much about the course and everything, just in case the course obviously would happen again next year the same way. I think it's always good to, protect people's content and all of that. But I must say, the power hour is amazing. The power hour is really where you shut down everything. You put your phone on the side, you focus on the work that you're doing. If ever you are working on something, you focus on it for an hour, no disturbance. If you are focusing on reading a book or meditating or exercising, whatever that you're doing, if you're going to do it in that hour, nothing else needs to disturb you. And I think that has really worked for me. And I'm hoping that you can take this for yourself. And who knows, it can really help you to manage your tasks better or to be more disciplined. Hopefully it can help you. So that is the little that I can share. that is the little that I can share. All right. Okay, let's see. Um, hello, Mr. Sambo. Always good to see you, Pindi. Oh, awesome. Uh, right, you guys are greeting each other. I'm usually harder on myself than others are. Listen, I think we all are hard on ourselves at times. We are so hard on ourselves, and I guess I want to say it's normal, but I guess we need to work on it. We can work on really being better and to stop being hard on ourselves because we are doing great. That's why I was even reading this post to say, I got that aha moment that said, Tabi, you are actually phenomenal. You're doing amazing. And sometimes we feel like we're not doing enough because we are chasing achievement and everything, but we are not appreciating the process. And you know what they say, that like the saying that says a doctor never heals himself. I feel like I always preach that appreciate the process, but the fact that I would get to a point where I feel like I'm not doing enough, it means that I'm not really appreciating the process 100%, because if I was, I would not be feeling like I'm not doing enough, right? But one thing for sure, we learn as we go. We discover ourselves. We unlearn. We get woken up. We get woke. We become woke. We evolve. We grow. We learn. We unlearn, and it's okay. Let's not really even be hard on ourselves. It's okay. We will go through that. We will have moments where we are doubtful. We will have moments where fear jumps in, but that does not mean that it has to remain like that. It's like, when you're going through a season where, or maybe you feel like you are in pain, or you want to cry, or you want to, it's the same thing as you feeling tired. If you're feeling tired, it means that you need to rest, and after resting you get up and then you continue, right? It's the same thing if you're experiencing a bit of uncertainty, or something is not clear in your mind. It's okay to take a break, to pause a little bit, to reflect, to pause, reflect, and just allow yourself to have quiet moments and think about it, and allow God, pray about it, even allow God to just somehow give you guidance to what's happening. God, what is this? Guide me, and all of that, right? And when that happens, you even get to a point where later you get that revelation, or you get that clarity, and without forcing it, it will eventually come. That's why we shouldn't be hard on ourselves, because we tend to want things to happen at our own time, and it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. God's time is the best time. um, the feeling is mutual. I love it. Love it. I love it for you guys. Hey Bree, I missed you so much. Cheers. Hey darling, welcome. I'm happy to be here. We are happy you're here. Ah, you are back at Joburg. We didn't even know that you were not around. So okay, welcome back. It's a pity that your numbers are not adding up. But I just want you to know that you are making such an incredible impact in our lives. We appreciate you, and we know God will elevate you. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you so much. You know what? I'm actually at the point where I'm okay. I'm really okay. Yes, it kind of worries why there's a drop, there's viewership drops. I mean, lately I've been experiencing, I think it's because I haven't been creating, in my opinion, because I haven't been creating more consistent content like I have been. That's why sometimes even my viewership is like, it's standing still. It's like it's paused for some reason, because that's how I feel. Like I would go to the monetization section to check how far it is, and sometimes I'll feel like it's just standing. It was just standing there yesterday. It's exactly where it was, but I'm okay. Hey, I'm okay. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. I'm doing the best that I can. But thank you so much. I'm glad. such feedback really helps me to really even get more, like it affirms that okay, what I'm actually trying to create is actually legit and all of that. I know that there's so much that I'm gonna need to improve and I'm gonna need to do more, but like I'm learning now that hey, you're actually doing great. Look at your content from last year. I mean, I'm decluttering, I'm cleansing, I'm deleting, like on my Instagram, I'm deleting like videos from like a long time ago, posts from a long time ago. Like I've had posts from like 2016, 17. I'm deleting all of those, especially on Instagram. Who's gonna be watching? Who's gonna be scrolling until that? And no one will. Unfortunately, I don't care how patient you are or how much you love my content, but I don't think someone would move from 2021 to go to 2016. So I'm cleaning all of that, and as I go, I'm realizing that actually the kind of content that I used to create then compared to now is totally different, and it makes me realize that I'm actually growing. I'm doing better and better as I go, and that's what makes me happy. That's what makes me happy. I'm really doing great, and it also makes me so happy knowing that tomorrow will actually be better, because if there's so much transformation that I've seen, it means that tomorrow is actually going to be better. So yeah, I have the same gown. Oh, thank you so much. Mine has my name on it. Let me 10. I hope you guys are gonna see. I hope you guys are gonna see. Let me try. um I want to try, and I don't know if you guys can see. Can you see? Can you see? You can't see, ne? Mine has my name on it. Mine has my name on it. I don't know if you can see. I'm trying to. Okay, it's not gonna work. Thank you so much. That's so great. That is so great. Okay. Um, we learn. Oopsie. We learn as we go. We evolve and relearn. Definitely. That's really what's happening. Um, as we go, we learn, and what you do today, you'll realize tomorrow that actually I think I can do it better this way and all of that. And that's why I think what we miss out on is really growing when we start focusing or stressing on what we didn't do right, because you want to focus too much on what you didn't do right, but miss out on you actually improving, being hard on yourself. That's another point. You become so hard on yourself to a point where it drains you. Even when you need to do perfect something, it's so difficult for you to actually perfect it or do it better than you did yesterday. In actual fact, it becomes worse because you're frustrated. You are just trying to do better than you did, with so much stress, and not just allowing it to happen and just saying, no, it's okay. It's okay. Try it again this way today and all of that. I think we need to have conversations with ourselves, guys. Have a conversation with yourself. Talk to yourself. Let it be like you are actually talking to your friend or your spouse or your sister or your brother. Have that conversation to say, no, don't worry. Yes, the one that you did yesterday just got 15 views, but maybe you can do it better. Maybe that one you were just rounding around one point, not really getting to the point. Maybe try to shorten the time, try to do have that conversation with yourself. And even if it gets just an extra one view from that, or even if it get lesser views, you're like, no, we tried, let's just keep going. We'll see as we go. And something, guys, about YouTube, which, like I said, I really miss doing YouTube content, because something also about YouTube is that if you are still new on YouTube and you have created a few videos, it's so difficult for you to actually analyze. Yes, you might be saying, Tabi, yours are like 600 and something, but I also want you to note that Out of the 600 something videos, half of those videos are actually just crappy videos. I'm sorry, but I'm saying it, are actually crappy videos in terms of quality, in terms of getting direct. The content might be good, the message that I might be trying to send might be good, but the challenge is that they're all over the place. Let me not call them crappy, pardon me. Maybe they're all over the place, right? And I feel like content that I created in a space of a year is the one that I can say, yeah, out of all the videos that I have. So sometimes you want to look at the number of videos that you have to say, hey, you did so many videos, you should be knowing the algorithm. Unfortunately not. And for you to master the analytics and everything, or for you to understand, it will have to take you time so that you can get a feel of each of your videos. When you see this one doing too great than the other, ask yourself, why is this one doing great than the other, and work on that and everything. So those are the things that we look into and all of that. And I got to see a few, but I feel like it's just 10% of what I got to take note of, what my audience enjoy more and everything. There's still so much that needs to be done. So we learn, we evolve, we grow, we get woke and all of that. uh, Ray saying we thank God because he doesn't measure impact using YouTube standards. You have impacted so many lives. I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that so much, my queen. The more people watch, the more YouTube recommends your content, which means if you are consistent, will make views to go high. That is so true. That is so true. Thank you for that. PK and Simons. Hey, my family. Tomorrow will definitely be better. I love that. Definitely. Definitely. Holding on to yesterday won't help. Holding on to today. I mean, I would sit and watch a video that I just uploaded and go like, Tabby, why did you say that? But now I'm at a space where I feel like, okay, all right, okay, let's see how we can do it tomorrow. Let's see how we can, improve on it tomorrow. Let's see how we can do it better. And it's so important to also see good in whatever that we're doing. Like we striving to be for perfection, but we know very well that for us to be perfect, it will take us, I don't know how long for us to be perfect. So we just need to keep working on being perfect, which I don't know when that will be, but we need to get better and better at what we do. So what that basically means is that if you focus so much of your energy in what you didn't do right, you lose out on this moment of really doing better, right? And also understand that it can take you a year. Like a year from now you might realize that actually everything that I did in 2021 was really not in line with the kind of content that I want to create, or was not actually leading me to where I want to go. And that is where learning and unlearning comes to place, because we learn and unlearn, right? We learn and unlearn. That is really what happens. You learn and unlearn. And when you unlearn, it does not mean that what you have learned, it was something bad or anything like that. What you have unlearned is not like it was not relevant or whatever. It means that it was probably relevant at that time, but as time progresses, you actually realize that, hey, you know, this is actually not going right. I mean, I was watching a masterclass yesterday, and some of the panelists were talking about the algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, and all of that, how it works and everything. And I commented to say that most of the time we miss out on great opportunities, or maybe working with brands and all of that, mainly because we are not like informed, or we are not clear about the structure of our content, or we are not clear of the categories that we are in, and we make it difficult for the clients and ourselves, I mean the brands and ourselves, to really know where we stand. So it's so important to have some kind of alignment in the process. So there's just so much, guys. There's just so much. Tomorrow is going to be better. Thank you. We needed that. No, definitely, guys. Definitely tomorrow is going to be better. Trust me, it will. You should not delete old content. It will help the memories when you look back. I was talking about the Instagram. Unfortunately, you can't ask me to not delete content from 2011, 2016. Who's gonna go and check my content from 2016? Of course you won't. So I won't keep that. So I've been deleting that. So it's actually irrelevant. Unfortunately, on Instagram it's irrelevant. It will take you, I don't know, like it took me hours to just go through the content that I want to declutter, just remove and all of that. And I realized that it's actually a lot of work. It's a lot of admin to actually do that. So imagine you having to go through my content all those years. It won't work. I have an old video which has less than 5 years, but I will not delete. No, not. I was not talking about deleting videos, but you know what? For me, I feel like it will depend as time progresses. If I feel like there's certain videos that should not longer be on my channel, I'll probably delete them, you know. But for now, I'm okay with them being there. I guess also they help with the watch time and all of that. Yeah, I feel like they're okay for now, but who knows? I thought you also delete. No, I didn't mean that. No, I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. So yeah, guys, basically that's that. So my September, I'm wrapping it up here, and I feel like it has been a great month, even though we experienced so much. Um, like a lot has happened, and I feel like it's so important for us to understand that in the midst of you trying to do better or do great or improve on certain things that you want in your life, whether you want to create better content on your channel. Let's assume that you probably want to buy a better camera this month or a better mic, and then something happens. You find that something comes up that needs you to take that money and invest it in something else. Like for example, with what we experienced, almost getting hijacked and everything, it means that we had money that we wanted to occupy on something else, and now because of this, the insurance wants their access fee, which needs to be paid, and it's a certain amount which we never paid for. But what I want to say is that when when you are when you are shaping your life, when you are working on building your life, or somehow correcting certain things in your life, or somehow investing in greatness for your life, for your well-being, for your wellness, for your family, for your growth and everything, there will always be obstacles that come in the way. There will always be things that come in the way. There have been times where I felt like I should just, take my camera and record, but it didn't come to me. Like, that's why I've been actually doing live videos, because I would get a moment where, I feel like, no, let me do it live. And that's what happened exactly even today. Like, let's do it live. Even the other day, like most of the time we've been doing lives, and then the videos that I've been uploading has been vlogs. If you notice, we haven't like really had like a sit down of a video, and everything is, it's been the vlogs. And it's because when you are also going through things, when you are in a certain space, it's always good to protect that space. I wouldn't want to come to you with an energy that is not 100%, Not that I was not okay or anything, but I feel like also I need to be fully present, right? Being fully present is very important. And right now, if I feel like no, I'm not actually fully present, I don't do it. I work on myself so that when I come to you, I am fully present and I'm fully here for you. And even the content that I'm sharing, like I make sure, that's basically how it happens. And I think that's, the sense of peace that you get the minute you decide, the minute you realize that, hey, you know what? The main purpose of you creating content and everything is not to chase getting subscribers and getting followers, getting views. Yes, it might be a part of the process, but the main thing is for you to create valuable content that will empower and transform, because that's what I'm all about. And if I say I'm going to empower you and transform you one video at the time, I have to do it right. I have to do it right. I have to do it right. It was a great moment to close the month with you. Next month, we are starting with new level, October, level 1, and new energy from Real Talk with the Tabby. Listen, do it October. I'm excited for the new month. I'm excited for October. Definitely, it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna do our best. I don't want you to, here's the thing, I don't want you to be that person to say, yes, the new month, I'm gonna take over the world, I'm gonna take over YouTube, I'm gonna, no, relax, come back, come back to center, Musa. come back, come back, have a conversation with yourself, set your priorities, know exactly what you want to achieve. Like, have a structure. Don't just wake up and say, I'm taking over the world, I'm taking over October, this is what I want to do, and all of that. What are your plans? What are your goals? What do you want to see happen in this month? What do you want to see happen in the new month? What are your priorities for the new month? What is most important for you for the new month? What are you grateful for in the new month, and what do you want to perfect or do better, and all of that? Don't try to be everything or want to just flow with just it's a new month and all of that. No, do pace yourself, do your best, do what you can, and focus on what you can do best, and that will be great. So yeah, that's basically how I look at it. So I'm definitely looking forward to October. Do it October. As a matter of fact, tomorrow is my brother's birthday. So yeah, happy birthday to him for tomorrow. So yeah, I think I'll end it here, guys. Yeah, that is my summary of October. So if you joined this later, you probably didn't hear about my hijacking story, how we almost got hijacked. You didn't get to see a moment where we were what cheers, and my husband got me some champagne, and then we just toasted to greatness, to life, to blessings, to family, to just great things. And I like, and we captured that moment here. So if you didn't see that, you might need to replay to see all of that and hear all about it, and also my COVID story. So yeah, but nevertheless, we are grateful. Grace runs in this family, gratitude all the way. We thank God for life. We thank God for just the power of being alive, or the importance of just waking up every day and making things happen, waking up every day, appreciating that gift of life. I think that is just the most amazing thing for us. And I wish you guys nothing but the best. October is coming. Continue to be safe. Continue to just show up for yourself and do the best that you can. Nothing is certain, but one thing for sure is that God is by your side all the time. Whatever you need, whatever you want, call on Him. He will make a way. And believe that you are born to be great. Believe that there's a purpose for you in this life. There's a reason why you are existing. There's a reason why you need to be in this space. So, with that said, I wish for you to really find the true version of yourself in the content that we're creating here. And yeah, remember to make today count. Alrighty. Okay, thank you guys. I'm gonna love and